Before we save this file as a template file, we need to add a few more things. Uh, we're going to add layers to this template file before we save. So let's just begin on your home page with the layer tool on the ribbon. And once that opens the dialog box, and you will see a few uh, tools available within this uh, layer windows. And one of them is the create a new layer. Notice very first uh, icon on the upper left corner, it says new layer. Or you can type from keyboard Alt plus N to create new layer. By left click on that, and then you will see that the new layer name appears, the layer 1. You may want to change that one to something like border. We're going to place our border line on this layer. And then there are some other properties that we'd like to assign to this layer. One is the color. In this case, we're going to click on this color palette, and then we select this is standard color number 2. Make sure always use these standard colors. There are some advantages to these colors versus the other colors. They adapt to your background color. So in this case, I will select this one as number 2. And now there are other properties for this particular case is not changing. There's no need to change. So we have line type continuous. We have line weight default. And color is the only one we changed. Now next, we create another one by adding the new layer. This one I'm going to call object layer or visible lines. Object layers. And then color on this one, I'm going to change it to number 7, which in this case is black. In the background, if it's not white, there would be maybe black background would be white. But as long as you select number 7, not any other black colors. And also we are going to change the line thickness. Based on the standards, we need to have 0.6 millimeters for this particular layer. Let's continue creating some more layers. The next one I'm going to use dimensions. For this one, I will select color number 1. In this case, again, line type is continuous. Line thickness is going to be much less than half of them, almost as the object layer, 0.3 millimeter. Even though our drawing is in inches, but all these default settings are in the metric for layer setting. There's a way to change that to inches, but there's no need to at this point. Now we have dimension layer created. Now let's go to another layer for typical layer that we will use in our drawings would be center. The color for this one, we use magenta for our classroom. And line thickness is fine, and line type needs to be changed. As you see, we have only continuous layer only. We need to load and scroll down until you see center. Then center line added to our line type loaded here, and then highlight and say OK. Now you notice that we have center layer, colors magenta, line type is center, thickness line weight is 0.3 millimeter. We add a couple more. In this case, we have invisible or hidden. For this one, we select number 5. And line type, we need to load hidden. Okay, and now hidden added to the list. We highlight and okay. The color blue and line type weight, it's 0.3 line weight is fine, and line type is hidden. We add one more as a guidelines or construction lines. Call this one construction. And these are very useful for orthographic projections. Anytime we use as a guidelines. And normally we don't print this one. We have color on this one. We change something lighter color, maybe gray, number 8 or 9. Depends on your background color. This again would be highly recommended to use always standard colors. That's number 8 I'm using, and thickness on this one I'm going to actually change a little bit less than that, would be default maybe. Thin lines. Okay, at this point we have all the layers that we needed to create this template file. Now, one more thing we need to do before we save this, set the current layer to use when you open your template to maybe object or construction would be useful. Let's do the construction. It's the guidelines. You can always change your current layer from this window, but once you open, you don't want to be on the 0 layer. Also, we want to change this one. We drew this rectangle on the default layer, which was 0 layer. Now we're going to change that by selecting layer list from this window, and then select border. And notice that color changed to yellow. That means belongs to that layer. Now our current layer is construction. We have that, and we zoom all to see the full screen. And we are ready to save this as a template. Click on this icon or AutoCAD icon. And save as drawing template. Make sure select drawing template. When you do that, you're going to see that default folder for AutoCAD template file appears here, and you will give a name, which in this case I do have already one, NCA size inch. You will use that name and then click save. That's all you have to do. Next time you open your file, you're going to see this on your list. That concludes how to create your AutoCAD template file. We will use this file for your future assignments. Make sure you save this and close your AutoCAD or continue in a different project. I'm going to cancel right now because I already have one, but I will save my file and then close the AutoCAD.